Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with yet another video of the Arizona Sportsman. Now, I want to thank every single one of you that's basically tuning in right now to watch this episode. Now, before we actually get into the topic of choice today, I want to go ahead and say, if you are new, go ahead and consider subscribing and commenting and giving a thumbs up to this video. Now, today we're going to go ahead and talk about the preview versus the Arizona Cardinals and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's the return of Bruce Arians, guys. He's back, and I could not want a W more than any other game right now just because it's Bruce Arians, guys. Let's go ahead and get into it. Roll that intro.
The mushrooms they're different. I hope y'all got a hell of a lot of questions. You do anything to get on camera now, won't you? You're into that TV. It's two dogs and one bone. Now that I know how much of a bunch of piranhas you guys are, it's really easy. Summers, you're late, man. Dan Williams look as sexy in a run test as he's ever looked. We'll have to find you.
Alright guys, thank you so very much for coming back. Now I hope you enjoyed those little clips that I put in there from Bruce Arians. I just want to go ahead and say straight up, Bruce Arians was probably one of my favorite head coaches that has coached the Arizona Cardinals. So I just wanted to go ahead and say thank you so much for your time that you put into here, the 5 years that you've been with the Arizona Cardinals. I know the last 2 years that you were with us didn't really work out for anybody. That's why you're coaching again. But just want to say thank you, Bruce Arians. I really do appreciate you giving us all those exciting times when you had Palmer. But going back to what we want to go ahead and talk about today, guys, is the preview for the Arizona Cardinals and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, that game is going to be at 11 a.m. Arizona time, and I am really excited about this game because I can foresee a win here. I see two of the same type of teams right now that are kind of struggling with getting consistency throughout the season. Now, a lot of people might say Jameis Winston isn't really the answer for Tampa Bay. Their defense isn't good. There's just so many talks going around right now within these two teams right now, and honestly, I want this win. Off the three most top things that the Arizona Cardinals needs to look out for in order to get some success. Now, what I want to go ahead and say first off is we need to go ahead and make sure that Mike Evans, their number one wide receiver, gets shut down from no other than Patrick Peterson. So basically what I'm saying is, Patrick Peterson, this is your game right here. You need to step up. There's been two games that everybody's been wondering what's going on with Patrick Peterson. Why isn't he playing great anymore? What's happening with him? He got burned by Emmanuel Sanders. He got burned by Michael Thomas. This is your game right here. This is the time where you need to go ahead and shut down Mike Evans right now to go ahead and reign your top 5 cornerback label that you have right now. This is your time to shine and shut down Mike Evans. Now, they also have a great number 2 wide receiver in Godwin, so he's another person that we need to go ahead and look out for too, but he's not a part of my top 3. Now, number 2, we need to go ahead and make sure Jameis Winston is one-dimensional. Now, of course, what I mean by that is we need to make sure that run game in, I think they have a tandem between Barber and Jones right now. We need to make sure that doesn't get going at all. Now, I don't think that they're, top 15 running backs or anything like that, but we have been known to give up pretty much chunk plays and not able to stop the run. But I feel like if we can stop the run and make sure we contain no big run chunk games or anything like that, then I feel like we can go ahead and make Jameis Winston one-dimensional, and at that point I feel like we can get some success against the Buccaneers. Now, last but not least, I'm not going to say we need to watch out for the defense, but we need to watch out for the defensive line. Now, the defensive line is pretty great, especially the interior linemen with Ndamukong Suh and Vita Vea. We need to make sure that they're not stopping what we're trying to do or wreak havoc on Kyler Murray. So that's something that we got to go ahead and make sure that where those two are always at, and make sure we contain them and they're not wreaking havoc in our backfield, either stopping our run game or sacking Kyler Murray, because we need to make sure that he's upright. Now, 3-6 keys to success for the Arizona Cardinals side. Good news, guys. David Johnson is actually playing this game. Now, a lot of you pretty much wrote off David Johnson already. Like, he's not that great anymore. I'm tired of him. He doesn't deserve to be the number one running back and situations like that. I'm still going to stick with David Johnson. I feel like he's still one of the best running backs we actually have, or not so much running backs, but maybe more of a dynamic player that we have. I feel like he's always needs to be on the field, whether he's split out wide as a wide receiver or basically as a man back going on back there, and I feel like he's going to be dynamic in that sort of sense. So David Johnson is coming back. I'm not sure if anybody's happy about it, but I'm excited about it because it just means another weapon for Kyler Murray to throw to. So get David Johnson going, either in the run game or in the passing game. I prefer passing game, but we'll see what happens. Number 2, I want to make sure that Kenyon Drake is equally involved in the running game that David Johnson is as well. Just kind of how like Chase Edmonds was used. Actually, not really. I want him to be used more than Chase Edmonds was in this sense, because we do know that Kenyon Drake is a starting running back and he should be used to his full potential because we do have him. So, hey, why not use him? You know what I mean? We got to get that running game going, like I mentioned, either with him or with Kenyon Drake. So there's that. Number 3, something that I want to go ahead and point out is I want to make sure our defensive line is going to basically get pressure on Jameis Winston. So I don't want everything to be on Chandler Jones. Chandler Jones is a beast. We all know that. But everybody else needs to participate. Everybody on that D-line needs to get something going, a sack, a run stop, tackle for loss, hit on the quarterback, something to basically rattle that quarterback in the pocket in Jameis Winston. We need to make sure we get back there and make him uncomfortable. Chandler Jones can't do it all, and I feel like this is the game that Terrell Suggs, we need you, man. I know you're getting up there in age, buddy, but we need some sort of havoc on your side of the field to basically get back there and make Jameis Winston super uncomfortable. So another good news is we do have another offensive lineman coming back from the PUP list. He was actually activated in Max Garcia. So just he's more depth than anything. It's always good to have extra linemen going on right now, especially with how our linemen's been working. I honestly do like our offensive linemen right now, but you never know when an injury is going to happen, and it's always good to have depth. David Johnson coming back from his injury that he had. He wasn't on like a IR or PUP or anything like that list, but he was injured for a couple weeks, so he is finally back. He said he's 100% and he's ready to go. So guys, let me know what you guys think about this game. Are you excited about watching this game? Do you think we can go ahead and get the W on this game and become 4-5-1? I honestly do think so, guys. Go ahead and drop a comment, drop a like, and if you're new, go ahead and subscribe to the Arizona Sports Fan channel. Guys, that's pretty much all I got, guys. I'm out. Thank you so very much.